Well, good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, and it is Thursday, July 20th. How's everyone this morning? Nice to see you here. Let's see who's on the feed. I don't want to begin until we have some of our regulars and everyone joining us. So let's see who we have here. Oh, well, there's me. So anyway, today's Thursday, and good morning, Mark. Good morning, Michael. We're going to do a little theory today, but very, very, very little theory. Hey, Chelsea, how are you? It's so nice to see Chelsea on this feed. Chelsea's a wonderful artist that I've worked with. She did a show at the Flatiron for me. She has a show at right now. Chelsea, why don't you write in and tell us where your exhibit is? Now, I just can't remember the address at this moment. I got your images last night and they look great. And let's see who else we have this morning. We have Michael, good morning. Mira, good morning. Okay, Earl Grey tea. I don't know what I would do without it. So on Thursdays, I like to talk a little bit about, I'm sorry, my hair is falling all over. I don't know what to do with it. It's getting so long. But I like putting it in a bun and ponytail in the back, especially when I train ballet with Dion Wilson, and so I got to be a little bit of a bun head. Hey, Eugene. Gene Faber is on the feed. Gene Faber is responsible, his company Volvox Motion, for all of this, the two-shot, everything that you're going to see coming up. So anyway, let me put my glasses back on. Hi, yeah, 75 Wall Street, Chelsea show. If you get a chance to go and see it, I highly recommend it. She does paper cuts. It's great work. Hi, Brayo. Okay, so on Thursdays, I like to talk a little bit about theory, or a little bit more about what the artists are doing specifically. So I chose a contemporary artist today that I work with, that I just adore. And so let me just transition here. And as you know, this is Smart Start. And it's a way, hi, good morning, Mark. And it's a way to start our day. Good morning, Eunice. So nice to see you guys here. So Smart Start's a way to start our day by just looking at a piece of art every day, contemplating it, thinking about it, telling me what you think about it. At best, this is a dialogue. It's not me. This is not a lecture. This is not an art historical slideshow. Although if you've been to Art History 101 in college, it may sometimes feel that way. That was one of my favorite places to be. So. But I don't want that to be this. So anyway, so for today, hi Jason, hi Himanshu, I hope I got your name correct. All right, so let's take a look at I want to show you some things today. First, we're going to start in antiquity, I think, and then go backwards. Or should we start contemporary and go to antiquity? That's the question. Hi Lily, does anybody have an opinion? Do you want me to start with a contemporary artist and go backwards the way he was inspired, or start with antiquity and go forwards? Does anybody have an idea? All right, I think I'm going to go antiquity. No, I'm going to go contemporary and backwards. One of my favorite artists, Tony Gonzalez. I've worked with Tony quite a bit. He's a photographer. He's an amazing photographer. He's actually in the encyclopedia. And I'm not kidding, under photographer. I always walk backwards from today. Good, Mariella. Thank you. Good morning, Mariella. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so we're walking backwards. So, and Mariella, actually, I was going to do your work today, but I think I'm just going to save it for next week, since we did a lot of nature during this week. So I chose Tony Gonzalez, a wonderful photographer, and this is his Jersey Shore series. And I really love the Jersey Shore series because what he did was, obviously he went to the Jersey Shore. None of this is staged. He captures a moment, like we've discussed, the Greek Hellenistic and the Italian Baroque periods, all were about capturing a moment. And he just saw these children. He chose them at the moment, kind of pre-puberty, prepubescent children. They're not aware of their bodies now, and they're just having fun on the beach. And all that, if he were to go back the following year, would be changed. You'd see a different person. You'd see a person who was much more self-conscious and now aware of themselves in a different way. So I really just, this work captured my imagination tremendously. So so this is the boys wrestling. I want to show you the next one, and then we'll go backwards from there. And this is his three graces. Look at that. I just love it. We're going to look at it in a little bit more detail as we go backwards. Hi, Vera. Hi, Tom. Nice to see you today. Remember, everyone, this is a dialogue. So write in, especially the artists on this feed. Mariella, Chelsea, you know who you are. And I was hoping Tony may be on the feed, but I think that he may be traveling, but he'll certainly talk to us later. Okay, so the three graces. Again, he's on the Jersey Shore. He sees these girls, and he captures them at that moment. None of this is staged. And what I love in this piece is the repetition that he finds, is the similarities in the foot, how the feet are raised at a certain point on two of the girls. Also, their bathing suits are kind of the same. So now, when I first saw Tony's work, and go back here, the first thing that happened in my mind as an art person was I went right to here. Hi, Zach. Do you know where on the Jersey Shore? Oh, you know what, Chelsea, it's kind of all over the Jersey Shore. I can get you the information on each piece, but it's up and down the shore. The more populated areas, the less kind of private beach area, Long Beach Island and such, so that he could really get a flavor of the people there. That's where he went. Hey, Daniel. So look at Laocoon and his sons. When I first saw Tony's work, I saw this level of classicism in his work. I thought he must be inspired by classical sculpture. You know, and I really wondered about that. And after he submitted his work to me, we had a really nice, Serena, good morning. Richard Kranzler, good morning. I'm going to interrupt this feed here to shout out Richard Kranzler. I want you to all show him a lot of love. He's our photographer at the Flatiron, and he's the one that gives us those gorgeous pictures of the, I hope, amazing installations that are there. So hi, Richard. It's good to see you. Good morning. And he just photographed Serena's work, so you two can have a conversation here. Yeah, and Richard, I'll be at the Flatiron tomorrow. I'll be on Cheddar talking about Serena's show. Okay, so when I first saw Tony's work, I said to him, Tony, is there a connection, or am I overthinking this, or just do I have my art historical hat on? And he said, no, absolutely there is a connection. That while and Tony happens to be a very good professor of art as well as an artist. He's at Queen's Museum. And so he understands art history tremendously. And you know what all my artists do, which I love about them. Good morning, Urban. Oh, thank you, Serena. You know, I love these connections that I can make. And you know what? You know what I say to that? These connections that I make, go Rams. Because I went to Fordham, and I had the most amazing professors of art history. And it was just the most incredible experience, and I loved every single minute of it. So go Rams. Anyway, Tony said he absolutely was thinking of Laocoon. And I just love that. And I love how the artists that I work with, artists in general, are so well trained in art history, in the world, very intelligent people. And that this inspires them, this history inspires them on a conscious and subconscious level. And to reach back into history like this, I find amazing. Now remember, Tony's work is very much the capturing of the moment, as is the Laocoon. It has that immediacy, that passion, that just quickness to it, that if you look away, that moment's going to change. So there was no way that he could pose this piece to look at Laocoon group or to look like it. But I so believe that he is so steeped in the work and so steeped in art, it running through his veins, that he sees the world in a way in which makes these connections. And I just love this piece. I own this piece, and I've placed it in several collections and photographs. You can do that. And people come into my home and into my space, and they see the work, and they ask me if it's my son, and I say, no, it's not my son. And it's like, well, why do you have it? Because I acquired this while I was still expecting my son. Because why do we have a picture of someone else? Because it's a piece of art, and it's a portrait, and it's a portrait of childhood. It's a portrait of the joie de vivre. It's this portrait of life and happiness, and then all of the historical content that goes into that. So now, let's go to the Three Graces again. Remember this one? Okay, we have our three girls, and let's look at what Tony was looking at as well. Look at Antonio Canova, the Three Graces, the marble sculpture. Look at the feet. Images in the subconscious are like volcanoes just waiting to spit fire. You could not have said it better, Mariella. That's why I really love the artists on this feed. Thank you. Jill, good morning. Comment. Yes. Mariella, please, continue to expand on that thought for us, because it really helps both me in my work and the people watching that aren't artists necessarily. So here we have the Three Graces, okay? So let's juxtapose this. Wish I didn't need to take my glasses on and off. Wouldn't you like that? Okay, so take a look at the feet. Hi, good morning, Iris. Take a look at the feet. Now, in the Three Graces, Canova, this is neoclassical. It's very deliberate. But look at Tony, his Three Graces. Again, not deliberate, stayed with the catching of the moment. He named this the Three Graces, so there's somewhere in his mind, as he sees this image, as he takes it quickly, because it's a photograph, it's in that subconscious. I'm going to quote Mariella, it's in his subconscious like a volcano waiting to spit fire. God, I love that. That is just great. I want to show you another three of the Three Graces that I think also must have been in the thought, because these are themes that are used throughout art history, and they create their own language. This is Botticelli's Primavera, spring, and in the middle, in the center, you see the Three Graces, and again, look at the feet. Love that. And then I want to show you this detail. Look at that. Just beautiful. Just stunning. Oh, by the way, that's why I wore this today, because I felt like it looked like the Three Graces. So I'm kind of, I'm kidding. And let's juxtapose those graces. Look at this. I just think it's so beautiful what he's done. What he sees, that's what I think. The way he sees is, the way artists see things is so magnificent. And as a curator, I see things in another way, and in the way they see things. And so I just love these images so much, and just love the way he sees it all. I want to go to Juxtapose Grace, lay Aquilon. Okay, let me go to this one. It's another detail of Botticelli, and again, this is not a capturing of the moment, so to speak, in Renaissance. This is early. This is 15th century. This is high Renaissance. But these Three Graces, and I wanted to read to you something about the Three Graces because they're kind of important. They are the mythical charities, okay, the daughters of Zeus, and one represents youth and beauty, the other is mirth, and the other is elegance. And the Graces presided over banquets and gatherings to delight the guests of the gods. And they also served as historical subjects for artists like Botticelli. And so it comes from this myth, as does the Laocoon as well. And so I love that Tony turns the myth. Well, he doesn't turn it, but he sees it in reality. And I love that connection to history. Good morning, Robert. It's so nice to have you with us. This connection to art history, this connection to theory. So for this Thursday, I thought we'd take a look at that. And Tony Gonzalez, I love your work. I'm looking forward to seeing more work from you. I think you guys are traveling still. I want to leave you with boys wrestling because I think that Tony captures youth and this beauty of youth, this beauty. And Serena, you know this, you have a child, a preteen, very much preteen, she's much younger, but this notion of these children just enjoying their lives without this self-conscious understanding of their changing bodies, changing minds. And as Tony always said, had he gone to the shore the following year, he would have found that these children were not as free and not as just enjoying in the same way, because they would have been much more concerned with how they look and what they are what their friends perceive them, the kind of groups that they all break into. So I love that he chose to bring this together with this art historical eye, with this classical eye, and he gives us these lovely, beautiful portraits and moments in time that we can all relate to, that we see ourselves in when we were that age. And it's just so well done and so beautiful. So thank you all for joining Smart Start on Thursday, and tomorrow we'll have another show. It'll be my favorites for Friday, and then I'm on Cheddar tomorrow talking about the fabulous Serena Buski's exhibit at the Flatiron. Hi, Nav. Hi, Carl. Please, everybody, write in. Tell me what you think about these. Let's continue the conversation, because it's just so good. It's just so much fun to talk about it all and to see the work. And I'm sure Tony will be weighing in on it on the feed later today. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody tomorrow. I'm hoping that you all have a great day. It's 95 degrees in New York City. So Serena, I am heading up to see you and go swimming, I hope, later in the day. Hi, Stephanie. Nice to have you on here. So, yes, thank you, Serena. It is a lovely start of the day. Tomorrow I'll be here at 8:45, and then I'll be on Cheddar at 1:50, which will be, I believe it'll be on, it'll still be on Facebook at 1:50, their 12 o'clock show. So I do the last 10 minutes with them, and I'm hoping, I propose to them that we walk around the exhibit, but I'm not sure that they have that kind of studio setup for that, but I would love to just kind of, usually you see me on Cheddar, I'm sitting with the other correspondents, usually Alyssa and Baker, love these guys, or Hope or Corey. It's just such a wonderful, John Steinberg has put together just the best group of people. And so what I was hoping to do is kind of stand up, and since there's no blockade between us and the exhibit, is to kind of walk through Serena's exhibit. But I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do that, but I hope so. Hi, good morning, Greg. Thank you all for joining. I could go on and on, but I don't want to keep you here that long, you know. I feel like there are people that want to now get onto the Cheddar feed, because Cheddar starts at 9 o'clock. They have a show on Facebook, which I'd love for you to all watch, and it's from the New York Stock Exchange. That's their morning show. Kristen Schuler is the most amazing correspondent, and usually John Steinberg is hosting that show, and they're right in the stock exchange. And then at noon, the morning show is called Opening Bell. Then the noon show from the Flatiron, which I curate, is called Between Bells, and that's a really fun show. Usually that's Alyssa and Baker, but they kind of alternate. And today is Thursday, so on their Thursday show, they actually partner with Vanity Fair, and a half-hour program at 12 is with Vanity Fair. So when you watch the Thursday show, any show Between Bells, the 12 o'clock Cheddar show, you will see Serena's exhibit because it is the backdrop for Cheddar. And that's kind of the way that all came about. Good morning, Martha. And what my premise always was to make art accessible to all, that everybody could see art, because not everybody can acquire art. It is expensive. It's, you know, you need a certain level of discretionary income, and not everyone has it. And that's absolutely okay. And that should not be in any way, shape, or form a blockade to keeping you away from art. Neither should museum fees. So what I want to do, what I feel my life's work is, besides raising a fabulous child, is to bring art to people, to just bring it into their lives on a daily basis. So I was able to do that with the flat iron. What Cheddar has provided for us is now this backdrop to their show is now seen by millions of people a day. The flat iron, through people walking, through pedestrians in the area, is seen by about 250,000 people a day. And then the Cheddar show allows it to go to millions and to go around the world. So it's a humbling experience because the numbers are just incredible. And I can't even, those numbers don't even make sense to me. They're just kind of out there. And so I just continue to do my work, with one or two people in mind. You guys right now on the feed. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mariella. Gotta run. You go. I'll talk to you soon. And so, hey, Sunam. Oh, yes. And, okay, Serena, I'll get to that. So what Cheddar has allowed us to do, and I'm so grateful to them because they are the one news program, news, culture, financial program, and they're kind of the MSNBC for a quite sophisticated millennial audience, is that what they have done is that they have supported this vision of mine of making art accessible to all. And there's not any other news program that does that. Not one. Not ABC, not NBC, not CNN, not Fox News, not MSNBC. None of them. None of them really. Every once in a while you'll see a little blurb about a piece of art or something from a museum, nothing really off the beaten path. But Cheddar every single day has this backdrop. And so we are so thrilled to be with them. And for Serena's show, what's so much fun is that I went live from the Flatiron over the weekend as we were installing it. So there's live feed on my Facebook that you can see. And her daughter, Lila, really, Lila did the live. She is Serena's studio assistant, and she is just the most magnificent 7-year-old Serena? 8? I can never remember because Lila feels like she's going off to college with my son. But anyway, thank you all for listening. And yeah, Cheddar is cutting edge. Watch it. You're going to like it. You're going to like it a lot because you can interact with it like you interact with me. She's 6. Oh my God, she's amazing. Okay, guys, I'm going to head over to Cheddar now. And yeah, I've never seen verbal skills like that, Serena, on a 6-year-old. It's stunning. Okay, have a great day. Continue to write in. Continue to give me your thoughts. I will see you tomorrow morning at 8:45. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.